You still believe in God. You would defend him if someone attacked him. You would call yourself a Christian without hesitating. But something has quietly changed. The fire that used to burn in you has cooled. You did not lose your faith. You just stopped feeling it. And the most dangerous part is this. Lukewarm never feels like lukewarm. It feels like being busy. It feels like being tired. It feels like a season. Nobody wakes up and decides to go cold. It happens in degrees, so slowly you never notice the drop. Revelation 3:16 gives the warning nobody wants to hear. Because you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. Not because you were cold, because you were neither. Here are 7 signs you have gone lukewarm while still believing in God, and most Christians miss every one of them. Watch until the end, because the last sign hides the best. Sign 1. You still believe, but you no longer burn. There was a time his name did something in your chest. A worship song could stop you where you stood. A verse could undo you in the middle of an ordinary day. Now you sing the same words and feel nothing. You read the same verses and move on. The belief is intact, the burning is gone. Revelation 2:4 calls this leaving your first love. Notice the word he uses, left, not lost. Lost is an accident, left is a direction. Something in you walked away from the fire and called it maturity. Do not confuse a cooled heart with a deepened faith. Depth without fire is just distance with better vocabulary. Sign 2. Sin does not bother you the way it used to. You remember when a certain sin would wreck you. You would feel it immediately, and you could not rest until you made it right. Now the same sin happens and you barely flinch. You explain it, you schedule the repentance for later, and later never comes. This is not growth in grace. This is the slow deadening of a conscience that used to be alive. A healthy nerve hurts when you touch it. A dying nerve feels nothing at all. When conviction stops hurting, that is not peace, that is numbness. And numbness is the anesthetic the enemy uses before he takes something from you. Sign 3. You would rather be entertained than convicted. You will listen to a sermon that inspires you. You will avoid the one that exposes you. You look for the teacher who makes you feel understood. You scroll past the one who makes you feel uncomfortable. But conviction is not cruelty. Conviction is love with a scalpel. 2 Timothy 4:3 warned that people would gather teachers who say what their ears want to hear. Read that again. Teachers who say what your ears want to hear. That verse is not about them. It is about what we choose. When was the last time a sermon made you put your phone down and stare at the wall? If everything you consume comforts you, you are not being fed, you are being sedated. Sign 4. Your faith costs you nothing. Look honestly at your week. What did following Jesus actually cost you this week? Not what did you feel, what did it cost? Time you would rather have spent elsewhere. Money you would rather have kept. A word you would rather not have said. A comfort you laid down on purpose. If the honest answer is nothing, that is the sign. Because a faith that costs nothing changes nothing. King David refused to give God an offering that cost him nothing. He understood what we have forgotten. Free faith is worth exactly what you paid for it. Sign 5. You pray, but only when you need something. Think about your last several prayers. Were they requests or were they conversation? Did you go to God or did you go to what God could give? There is nothing wrong with asking. He tells us to ask. But when asking is the only thing left, something has shifted. You have stopped relating to a father. You have started transacting with a vendor. Matthew 15:8 says, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me." The lips are still moving. That is what makes it hard to see. The words are right. The distance is real. The prayer of the lukewarm always sounds correct and always feels empty. Sign 6. You have stopped telling anyone about him. There was a season you could not stop talking about what God had done. It came out of you sideways, in the middle of conversations, without planning. Now you keep it to yourself. You tell yourself you are being respectful. You tell yourself you are not the pushy type. But be honest about what actually changed. People talk about what they treasure. Nobody has to be reminded to talk about the thing they love. Silence is not always fear. Sometimes silence is just the sound of a heart that has cooled. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. If nothing is overflowing, the question is not your personality. The question is, what is in the cup? Sign 7. You are comfortable, and you call it peace. This is the most dangerous sign of all, because comfort and peace look identical from the outside. Peace is what God gives when you are walking with Him through the hard thing. Comfort is what you feel when you have quietly stopped walking anywhere at all. Peace has movement in it. Comfort has stillness. Peace comes with surrender. Comfort comes with avoidance. Ask yourself the question that separates them. When was the last time God asked me to do something hard, and I did it? If you cannot remember, you may not be at peace. You may just be comfortable. And comfort is the most respectable way to walk away from God. Nobody will confront you for it. Everyone will call it wisdom, and you will drift, warm and undisturbed, until the day you realize the fire went out years ago. 7 signs. You still believe, but you no longer burn. Sin no longer bothers you. You prefer entertainment to conviction. Your faith costs you nothing. You pray only when you need something. You have stopped telling anyone about Him. You are comfortable, and you call it peace. Read them again and be honest. The one that made you uncomfortable is the one God is speaking through. Do not explain it away. Do not soften it. That discomfort is not condemnation. That discomfort is mercy arriving early. None of this is here to condemn you. It is here to wake you. Revelation 3:19 says, "Those whom I love, I rebuke and discipline." He is not exposing you to shame you. He is exposing you because He is not finished with you. A God who had given up on you would let you stay warm. So here is what to do today. Name the sign that convicted you. Do not carry it around. Say it to Him out loud. Then do one costly thing this week that you have been avoiding. Not 7 things, 1. Obedience is what relights the fire, and it always has been. The feeling did not leave because God left. The feeling left because the fuel ran out. Go get the fuel, and do it before you feel ready. Open the Word before you feel like it. Pray before you want to. Give something away that costs you. And watch what happens to a heart that starts moving again. Lukewarm is not a verdict. It is a warning, and warnings are given to people who still have time. You still have time. The fire can be relit. It has been done before by people exactly like you. Walking with God is not a feeling. It is a daily decision. Especially on the days the fire feels gone. Come back. He never moved, and He is not angry. Keep walking with Him.